I just turned one sale into 4.
Man, Paul, you did? Another time and again and again? How do you keep doing this, Paul? This is incredible.
Well, the very nature of Equity Excel and what we're able to do for people, getting them out of debt, freeing up their cash flow, and building wealth, just naturally lends itself to tons of opportunities.
But
When I- Go ahead.
there's got to be something in there that you're doing different, because people may understand the concept. They may understand the principle, the fundamentals of how the system works. But what are you doing different to get these results?
Well, what I'm doing is I'm letting the process and the system work for me. Okay. So all we do is ask a little question if they'd like to learn how to get out of debt and build wealth at the same time. We get their financial information. We run a report for them. Once they go forward with the plan, then when the policy gets issued, which I just happen to have right here, I go back to them, but I also go back with the results of the debt plan, and I go over it with them in details. And what I know going into this sale is I can look ahead of time and see when all their cash flow is going to free up from their consumer debts. I'm going to look on their financial fact finder and see, or maybe they're trying to send kids to college. That turns into a sale. I'm going to look and see, do they have enough life insurance itself? In the case of this client, they didn't have enough life insurance. I'm able to give them more life insurance. I'm able to do a second policy on the husband, and I'm able to do some other things using a dormant retirement account to sell an annuity, for example.
So you're taking the time to explain, educate, and build a relationship with those clients.
Absolutely. And I start with the initial meeting, but then I also do that with policy service. And then the other thing I do is I look at the first year. In the case of this client, they're going to pay off 7 debts in the first year. I'm going to use every one of those 7 debt payoffs as an opportunity to get back in front of them and meet with them. And guess what I get and ask for, and they give me every time?
A referral. And I would too. If I'm paying off my debt and you called me and said, hey, you just paid off your first debt? Yeah. Is it working? Yeah, it's great. You know anyone else that I could help? I sure do.
And more specifically, what we teach advisors to do is when the right moment comes to ask for those referrals, and that will happen when the client sees that it works exactly like you said it's going to work on the timeline that you said it's going to work. You ask them specifically, do you know of 3 other people just like you that would like to get out of debt and benefit from this as well? 3's not too many, but it's just enough that if one of those doesn't work out, I'm replacing every client 2 for 1, and I always am going to have a full calendar.
So if I can show these viewers a sheet here. So there is a lot of payments that are being made off on this. So that means that not just 3, but you could actually multiply that to 10, 12, 15 referrals as you go through this process.
If they have enough people in their Rolodex or in their cell phone, absolutely. Yeah. The sky's the limit. I mean, we don't want to be overbearing about it, but asking somebody for 3 people just like them that you can help do the same thing, it's kind of a no-brainer. It's going to keep your pipeline full all the time. It's going to put you in a warm market versus a cold market environment, and you're going to see your closure and your sales soar and your income increase as well.
And as you go over all this with all your clients, Paul, do you also go over all the other benefits too that they get with the policy?
Absolutely. That's one of the things we do to add value as well, is we show them not only is this great to get out of debt, but how quickly their cash flow is going to free up, how much long-term wealth they're going to build off of this, how they can use that money prior to 59 and a half without any penalties, how we can use it for college planning, a whole plethora of other financial benefits that are going to get, including the death benefit, the critical, the chronic, or the terminal illness. A lot of times when I meet with clients, maybe they had a parent that had to go in a long-term care facility, or they had to move them in with them because they didn't have the finances to be able to afford long-term care. Those are easy, no-brain sales.
That is excellent. I think this is a great tip for all of you out there to really make those connections, build a relationship, train, teach, and explain what they're getting, meet them in person. You'll have great success and get a lot of referrals. If you need help on a specific policy, reach out to either myself or Paul. We're glad to help you.
And reach out if you have somebody that you know that has debt, they want to get rid of it, and you want to make a simple sale in your sleep. I'll do all the heavy lifting for you to help you get started. Give me a call directly. In the meantime, have a great day and happy selling.